Hello and welcome to Ames in Focus, the podcast that brings you closer to the people and programs that make our community thrive. I'm Bill Gebhart with Communications and Outreach at the City of Ames. And before we get to today's conversation, we have a quick community update. The Neighborhood Connections road trip is hitting the road again. Our next stop is tomorrow, Wednesday, August 19th, from 4 to 6 p.m. at Tahira and Lab Hira Park at 3622 Woodland Street. These events are a chance to get out into your neighborhood, meet city staff and elected officials, check out some city vehicles and equipment, ask some questions, grab a snack, and maybe meet a few neighbors along the way. The event is open to all ages and there's no cost to attend. But if you can't make this one, there will be one final Neighborhood Connections road trip stop on Wednesday, September 23rd. We hope to see you tomorrow. Now today on Ames in Focus, we're talking about something that can look very different from person to person. That's wellness. Maybe your thing is lifting weights, maybe it's yoga, maybe you love cycling, dancing, or group fitness, or maybe you know you should probably be doing something, but you have absolutely no idea where to begin. That's where Ames Parks and Recreation can help. Joining me today is Claire Eagan, Public Wellness Manager with Ames Parks and Recreation. Claire, welcome to Ames in Focus.
Thanks, Bill. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you. You are new to the city, and so definitely wanted to get you on the podcast to talk about all the great things that you guys are offering. But since this is your first time on the podcast, we start with everyone this way. Tell us a little bit about your background. What brought you into the wellness field? What brought you to Ames?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm originally, I'm an Iowa native, so I'm from northwest corner of Iowa. I did go to school at the University of Iowa, so I know, go Hawks. So there I studied exercise science, and then I did go to grad school. I got my master's degree in gerontology, was out on the East Coast for a while, moved back to the Midwest in Kansas City, and then eventually making my way closer back to where I'm from, landing here in Iowa. So yeah, Ames is kind of the perfect place to be close to my family, close to my brother, but still kind of being, in the heart of Iowa.
Absolutely. Well, we are definitely glad you are here. And as I mentioned, you're the Public Wellness Manager. So what exactly does a Public Wellness Manager do? So when you tell somebody that's your job, what falls under that umbrella? Yeah,
I like to say very generally basic. I run all of our wellness programs, but then people are like, what are your wellness programs?
Right.
So I oversee all of our group fitness, personal training programs and any extra wellness programming that we do. So we have group fitness classes that happen every day, personal trainers that I help oversee, and then any of our wellness programming that we do for the city. The community.
And so one thing that probably everyone notices when they look through the Parks and Recreation program guide is that there's just so many different options. So we're not just saying there's an aerobics class once a week or something like that. What does the city's overall fitness and wellness program look like?
Yeah, there's something you pretty much can do every single day. So group fitness, we offer group fitness classes starting in the fall. We'll have classes Monday through Sunday. So every day of the week, we have at least one class that you can take. We have personal training. We obviously have our weight and cardio room here at City Hall that people can come in and participate as well. Fitch, our new facility that opened up, our indoor aquatic center, will have a lot more aquatic programming happening over there in the fall as well.
Well, I want to talk about all of it. So we'll have to pick a place to start, but let's start with these fitness classes. So I think in the program guide, there's more than 50 different classes that are offered each week. So sounds like you said, there's a little bit of something for everyone and every fitness level. So what are some of the different types of classes that people could choose from?
Yeah, I actually counted right before this because I was like, I'm going to get the right number. We have 71 classes.
Okay, so I should have said more than 70, not more than 50.
So that'll be for fall. So that'll start next week with our fall schedule. So yeah, we do really have something for everyone. So we have everything from, cardio-based classes to strength training classes. We do have some fusion classes that combine. So like we have a cycle fusion class that combines cycle and some strength training together. We have mind-body classes. We use TRX strap. That's a little bit more of a specialized programming. Pilates, bar, Tai Chi. We have seated classes. We have classes specifically for older adults, dance classes. So we really kind of hit every type of group fitness class you could imagine.
And so when people hear fitness class, they're like, yeah, there's no way I could do that because you have to be in good shape to be in a fitness class. So how much of these classes vary when it comes to experience level and intensity and whether you're in shape or not when you start?
Yeah. So I always say, group fitness class, when you come into a class, right, the instructor's telling you something to do, but there always should be modifications, either making it harder or making it a little bit easier for you. So yes, maybe they're doing an exercise and you're like, I need to take out the jump, or, I need to go down in weight. There's always some sort of modification that you should be able to do. And that's what the instructor's there for, to help you get through the class at your ability. It is intimidating, especially, if you feel like you're out of shape or you haven't been to a class in a while, but you should be able to modify it for you and how your body moves.
Absolutely. And I can attest to that. So I'm in a strength training class, which you already know this, but the same thing when people ask me about this class, I'm like, oh, anyone can do it. And they're like, well, but I've never lifted weights and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and there's one person in our group that puts everyone to shame. And then there's me that's all the way at the bottom. And the nice part is that we all just adjust to where we are, and we're there to encourage each other and to help each one of us lift what we can as we're learning to lift and do all that stuff. And it's just a great way for us to all do it together.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you were also talking about programs specifically designed for older adults. So fitness for 50 plus and silver sneakers.
Yep.
Can you tell us about those programs and what makes them different?
Yeah, we have a great partnership with 60 Forward. And so we have classes over there that are catered towards older adults, 60 and above. And so that programming is specific to, maybe things that you need as you get older. What we want to keep up with our activities of daily living, playing with our grandkids, being able to get up and down, up off the floor, up and down stairs, etc. So we have classes over there that cater towards that. We do have a few here at the community center still as well. And then we also are affiliated with Silver Sneakers. So very cool opportunity for people through their insurance. They're actually able to come to those classes and it is covered by their insurance. So a great opportunity and something to look into if you fall into that category, because why not? It's essentially free.
Yeah.
Insurance is paying for it, but free to you. So yeah.
And so something else that I noticed that the wellness with the City of Ames goes beyond just traditional workouts. You have yoga or the lifting class that I was talking about earlier, but I also saw you have like adult dance classes and other things like that. So how important is it to offer ways for people to stay active that might not necessarily feel like working out, like pumping iron or riding a bike forever?
Yeah, for sure. And that's, I hear that a lot. People are like, I don't love traditional exercise. And that's fine. You don't have to love traditional exercise. So those are some of those other opportunities that we offer. Adult dance, right? You're having fun, you're dancing, might not think of it as a workout, but really at the end of the day, it is a good workout for you. Gets that heart rate up, you're moving, stretching, all that sort of good things. And then, we hit the mind body classes. So that's when I talk about, yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates. You're also, connecting that mind body part as well. Some relaxation, decreasing stress while also being physically active.
So sometimes it's just about getting moving when you're not moving, and sometimes it's about chilling out maybe when you're moving too much almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or your brain is overwhelmed. I always say when I can't think straight, it almost feels, you're like last thing you want to do is go to a workout class, but maybe you go to like a yoga class and kind of get those thoughts to the side and relax. And then you're able to, go back to your work or whatever you were doing.
That idea of total wellness is kind of what we're going for. No, I like that a lot. So let's talk about people who might prefer working out on their own. So you mentioned it before, the weight room and the cardio room. What equipment and resources are available for us there?
Yeah, so we have a weight side, and so we have Life Fitness equipment. It's about 2 years old, so it's still pretty new to us. And so we have a squat rack there. We have a cable tower machine, and then we kind of have pieces of machinery that hit every major muscle group. So, bicep, triceps, hamstrings, quads, lat pull down, leg press, etc. And then on our cardio side, we have about 3 treadmills, 3 ellipticals, rower, We have a Stairmaster and then a few different style bikes as well. So you can kind of, go and hit strength training side, also in combination with that cardio side. Nice thing about that is you purchase swipes and they never expire. So I think a lot of people don't realize that. We have different packages that you can purchase. You purchase 100 swipes and you're like, well, I don't plan to come every day. Well, great. I mean, it doesn't expire, so you can use them next year and beyond.
Yeah, I think that's what I've done is I have 100 swipes, and it's one of those things I'm still working on just because sometimes I get busy in my role and I can't make it down there, but I do like to get down there as much as I can.
Yeah.
So before someone starts using that equipment, is there an orientation or what do they have to do before they can just start swiping and going to do the workout?
Yeah. So this is actually new, something that we just started. So we did require an orientation, but now we have a lot of people that come in that have experience and we want them to have quick access and to be able to use that area. So we don't require an orientation, but it is an option. So that also reaches to the crowd that maybe they are brand new. They want someone to walk them through that area. That is what our trainers and myself are here for. So you can do an orientation. We'll walk you through, get you on the equipment, get you set up on that. So you can do an orientation if you would like. But if you're someone that, has experience and doesn't need that, then you're able just to purchase the swipes and head on in.
Absolutely. No, I've been in there before when people have come through on a tour too. And it's kind of actually fun to hear the trainers talking about what all these machines do. And sometimes I'm like, wait a second, I think I've been doing that wrong.
Exactly.
I think I've been doing that wrong. Okay. So then you also mentioned personal training. So who is that designed for? Is that just for people that have like really big fitness goals, or is it useful for someone that just needs to figure out where to start?
Yeah, it's really for anyone. It depends on your goals. People that maybe don't know where to start and they have no experience. A trainer is going to give you that. They're going to kind of help guide you through that. That being said, people are like, if I start personal training, like I just have to work with a trainer forever. No, I mean, you can. Some people do, but they're kind of, can get you started on a baseline and get you moving. And then hopefully you gain that confidence and can go off on your own. Or you stay with them. Maybe you're someone you're like, I don't want to have to think about it. I just want to meet with someone. They give me what to do.
And then I do it.
And I do it.
Yeah.
And I totally get that. It kind of depends on how you are and what your goals are. But really, it can be for anyone, small or large goals.
Awesome. And how do you get signed up for personal training with the city?
Yeah, reach out to me.
Okay, yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, no, you can call Community Center, reach out to me, and we will get you matched. So we will ask some questions about your goals, your background, and we will match you with our trainer. And it's kind of nice. You create your own schedule. We have a group of trainers, and we try to match you with what fits best for your needs and your training times. And then you kind of make your schedule with the trainer from there on out. So you're talking with the trainer, you get to know them, you develop that relationship, they hold you accountable. So it's a great thing to do for those people that want that accountability.
Absolutely. And I think your trainers are really great at that. I also think when you're talking about fitness classes, that the instructors of your fitness classes do that same thing, especially if you're signing up for repeated classes. They get to know you in the way that you do things.
Oh yeah. And they'll be like, where are you at? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. Don't give them your phone number. Exactly. They will reach out.
Do not do that. So something that you didn't mention, but I do know you guys offer are fitness assessments and InBody scans. I've done a couple InBody scans myself. So what can someone learn from those, and how do they get signed up for those?
Yeah. Fitness assessment. So that can be done by a trainer. So they'll take you through there's a few different fitness assessments you can do. We can focus specifically on balance, strength training, or just movement in general. And so that would be done one-on-one with a trainer. InBody scan, which we get a lot of interest from. It is a machine. It is super simple. People think it's a really long process. It actually takes like 2 minutes to do the whole entire thing. Not long
at all.
No. So you hop on, it is a scale, and then it takes your body composition and it breaks it down very, very detailed. So you can see body fat mass versus your skeletal mass. It tells you how hydrated you are. It gives you, certain segments of your body, like your left arm compared to your right arm, left leg compared to your right leg, and tells you all of that good information. Talks about your visceral fat. So, that's the fat that we store around our vital organs. There's a level we want you to be at, right? We don't want a lot of fat sitting around the heart, the lungs, all those good sort of things. So it gives you a really really good baseline, especially for those people that are just getting started. I'm like, take an InBody scan and then start your program, and then we can periodically check in with that.
Yeah. No, and I think it's given me some really great information on just things that I can work on, as well as I think it's been motivating to see the difference between my muscle mass and all of that stuff just on paper, as opposed to just sort of feeling it when I'm lifting.
Yeah. And sometimes, people start a program and they're like, I'm not noticing anything. It's hard for you. Yeah, it's hard for you to notice it. So that is where it's great. I'm like, hop on the InBody and let's look at, your actual data values and your progress.
Absolutely. I've been doing it twice a year. So I tend to do it in the fall. And then when I go through sort of my working schedule, as well as the city's Fit City Challenge, I always do that. I do it after the Fit City Challenge and see where did I come from in the fall to where I am now. Yeah. And then then through the summer. So I'll do it again in the fall and I'll be like, what happened in the summer and all that sort of thing. So it's one of those things that's a really cool benchmark that I think.
Yes.
So the timing of this episode is pretty intentional because we're releasing it during drop-in week.
Yes.
So could you just give us a quick overview of what is drop-in week?
Yeah, drop-in week. So we tend to do this at the end of a session or the start of a new session. So right now we just finished summer session, getting ready for our fall session of group fitness classes. So we do a drop-in week and we kind of showcase certain classes that are either coming in the fall, new classes, or are really popular classes. And we let participants come at no charge, so free. It is not every class that we offer. It is a little bit limited. But it just gives a chance for people that maybe haven't tried a class, they've had an interest in joining a class, but they don't want to sign up for the full 6 weeks. They can just drop in, try it for completely free. And then it gives them a good idea of, yes, I want to continue doing this, or maybe I like this class better, things like that.
And so the big word here is free, right? And then you don't have to commit to an entire session just to find out if a class is right for you. It's not all 71 classes. It's a select few, but you can get an idea of what these classes are like.
Exactly.
And then they are first come, first serve. So people want to get to that class early because if it fills up, there's just limitations on rooms and equipment and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah. And we can, we can pack some people in there, but we still have to put safety first and make sure we have enough space to fit everyone and equipment.
So for someone who has never taken a group fitness class before, what would you tell them before they walk through the door for the first time? What should they bring? How early should they arrive? What should they expect?
Yeah. Bring positivity.
Absolutely.
I always like to start with that one. So have that positive outlook. As far as what you should bring, we do ask that you change out of street shoes and bring a clean pair of shoes that don't have mud, dirt, all that sort of nastiness from the outdoors, just to protect our floors. How early you should arrive. I always say at least 10 minutes. Sometimes I know you're cutting it close with work schedules, but at least 5 to 10 minutes early. You don't ever have to bring any equipment. Some people prefer to bring their own exercise mat. We always have those available, but if you'd like to bring your personal mat, you always can bring that. And then what should you expect? There's always a warm-up. Instructor will introduce themselves. They will take you through a warm-up. They will explain the workout. Some of our classes, they do the workout with you. Some of them, they maybe demo, and then they're kind of walking around the room, correcting form, helping you out. They will lead you through a cool down, and then you'll be on your way.
All right. So it sounds pretty easy. Yeah. And drop-in week's a great week to try it because you can try these classes and sort of get into that mode.
Yeah.
So if someone finds something that they love during drop-in week, or they just want to try something, the next 6-week session begins on August 24th. So how does registration work?
Yes, 3 different ways. So you can register online. So if you go to City of Ames website, there's a Park and Recreation tab. Click on that. You can browse through and register online by creating an account. You can call the front desk. You can do that registration online, or you can always stop in. So come into our community center front desk. You can also do it over at Fitch Family Indoor Aquatic Center and register in person.
So lots of different ways to get signed up.
Yes.
Are there certain classes that tend to fill up quickly? So if someone finds their class during drop-in week, should they register sooner rather than later?
Yeah, we always say, register early. When sign up, don't wait. I would say classes that fill up quickly, our cycle classes, we just have a limited number of bikes. We have 20 bikes available. So if you want to do a cycle class, I would sign up for that one. Zumba, that one gets pretty big. We can also have a lot of people participate in that. We have it over a few of our classes over at Fitch, so we have a lot more space there. And then some of our strength training classes as well. We just have limited numbers based off of of equipment. But we do try to be, we have multiple different offerings throughout the week. So if a class fills, we tend to have another option that you could sign up for.
Yeah. So it's definitely those equipment-based classes that probably could fill up faster just because there's limited equipment.
Exactly.
So you work with these programs every day. So I'm just a little curious. Are there classes or programs that you think people overlook? Something that you wish more people were like, hey, you actually offer this? I should do it.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think some of our more specialty classes are maybe overlooked, or even some of our just simple classes. So we do have TRX classes. A lot of people don't know what TRX is. So it is body weight based training, but you have TRX straps. So you hang on to them. You do a lot of different movements. Some people I think are like, that's not doing anything, right? It's just my body weight. Well, wait till you take a TRX class. It's pretty intense. But it's great. So that's kind of one of our specialty classes that I think a lot of people don't, think about, or if they're not familiar with TRX, they don't know what they're getting into. Some of our fusion classes, so we have Power Body Blast, and sometimes I'm like,
what a great name.
Yeah, people are like, what does that mean? And it is like a full body blast. But we're using equipment in different ways. We're focusing on core. We're introducing a little bit of some cardio, some strength. It's a fusion of a lot of different styles. And then our mind body classes, a lot of people are like, I want to come, I want to sweat, and I want to leave. And I get that. But you also need to sometimes slow down the body, do some stretching and relax. So that would probably be the ones that I think people overlook the most.
Okay, so people should check those out for sure.
Yes.
So what about someone listening who wants to become more active, but they kind of feel intimidated by the whole thing? Maybe it's been years since they've exercised regularly, or they've never really found something that they enjoy. What would you tell that person?
I would say choose one thing that you have just a little bit of interest in. People think, they set big goals, which is great, but, if you haven't been working out, you don't know what you like. It's overwhelming to be like, I need to go to the gym 5 days a week. Maybe pick one or two classes that you have an interest in and put it into your routine. Once you're going with those, that's when you can add more classes. So find something that you're like, I think I would actually enjoy that. Do that class. And then once you kind of have it into your routine, you can add on, and maybe explore some other options. You might meet some people that have some other suggestions. They're like, I really like this class, or try this, or meet an instructor that can kind of help guide you.
Absolutely. And make those manageable steps as opposed to saying, I'm all in 7 days a
Correct.
week. I'm just going to go hard, because that's easy to quit.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that. Okay, so looking ahead, what excites you about the future of wellness programming in Ames, and especially with the things you're doing with Parks and Rec is great. So what excites you as you move forward?
Yeah, one exciting thing, obviously the addition of Fitch Family Indoor Aquatic Center. We have not had a pool that we can be in during the fall and winter in quite a few years. So we have a lot of aquatic programming that we are adding. I've been telling everyone it's brand new building, brand new opportunities. What we have that we're offering this fall, it might look different. We don't exactly know.
We're still learning it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
What classes to offer, what days, what times. So that's one exciting thing. We're doing some different programming. We're doing an aqua Zumba class, which is different, combining, our Zumba land-based with the water. So that's really fun. And then as far as fitness trends, I love the whole well-being trend, right? We're not just looking at the physical aspect, but we're taking in the mind body, including other parts of the wellness wheel. So that's a trend I'm excited to see continue, and how we can incorporate more of that into our classes.
And it'll be pretty exciting too. Like you said, I think everyone in the community is excited for Fitch to be open for both public swimming, but also for whatever classes these do. If you guys do a synchronized swimming class, I'll get my whole family. We'll just practice. It'll be great. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like the people to know about the Parks and Recreation wellness programs, or things about getting started with it?
We have lots of opportunity. I think people overlook how much we offer. It is a lot. Check out our program guide, sift through that. It's a lot of information, and then reach out if you have questions. We are more than happy to get you started on whatever you'd like.
All right. So before we let you go, we've been ending our episodes in our second season with a few rapid fire questions. So the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. Do you like a morning workout or an evening workout?
Morning workout.
Okay. Morning, why is that?
Yeah, I will not do it. If I wait all day, I am like done at the end of the day. So.
But with your job, are you kind of working out in the morning and the afternoon and the evening?
Yeah, I mean, all times. But if I need to do, my own workout, personal time, I got to do it in the morning.
Okay. What's your favorite way to exercise when you're not working?
I love strength training, but I think the one that I probably do most, and I don't really think of it as a workout, I like to walk. I love to go on walks, enjoy the weather. I like to hike as well. So that's probably what I enjoy the most.
And the parks and Ames are always great for that.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So weights or cardio?
Weights.
Okay. Get that strength in.
Yep.
What's a fitness activity everyone should try at least once?
I'm kind of being a hypocrite when I say this, but everyone should try Zumba or some sort of dance class. I am not a dance person or Zumba. I always say that my instructors are so much better at that, but it is really, really, really fun. And it kind of gets you out of your shell and it's not just a workout. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get it. Maybe I'll try a Zumba class.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to workout song or musical genre while you're working out?
Oh, I don't know if I have a go-to workout song, but I definitely listen to more upbeat kind of pop music. Not really techno, but something that has a good beat that you can, work to.
Okay. And finally, can you give me one word or phrase that you hope people associate with wellness in Ames?
Welcoming.
Great. No, I think that's a good one. Claire, thank you so much for joining us and giving us a look at just how many different ways there are to get moving and stay active throughout Ames Parks and Recreation.
Thanks, Phil.
And remember, if you've been thinking about trying a fitness class, this is a great week to do it. Free Drop-In Fitness Week runs through Saturday, August 22nd. Classes are free and available on a first-come, first-served basis, so check out the schedule and try something new. Then, if you find something you like, the next 6-week fitness session begins on Monday, August 24th. Find fitness schedules, program information, registration, and more at amesparkrec.org. Be sure to follow the City of Ames on social media for updates, and don't forget to subscribe to Ames in Focus and leave us a review. We'll be back soon with another episode. Thanks for listening, and until next time, stay fit.
Ames in Focus is a City of Ames podcast.